I've been in the Apple ecosystem for a long time. Probably, I think about like 9 years now, since I was 16 years old. I'm 25 now. And although it does has its ups and downs on how it works and things of such, that just goes with tech in general. I start to realize as I get older that it's not just Apple that has products out there, and although I'm in this Apple ecosystem, there are certain products out there that are non-Apple that I want to try. But the part about that is that in the Apple ecosystem, you spend all this money, you almost don't even want to go out and try different tech or products and things of such. But today, I want to go over my Apple ecosystem, tell you guys my experience with it, and then also give you guys kind of like my thoughts on the Apple ecosystem in general and how I want to start venturing out into other products, but obviously the cons that are going to be approaching that, and kind of giving you guys like the pro and con list. So I'm like, let's be honest. I'm gonna give you pros and cons of having an Apple ecosystem, and this goes with any ecosystem. Even if you're like in a Samsung Galaxy ecosystem, you've been an Android guy all your life, you want to try Apple products and stuff. This goes both ways. So this ain't like oh, you should choose Apple over Samsung, or you should choose Samsung over Apple, or you should go blah blah blah, whatever. This is just an overall kind of like experience that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys. But you guys know me, Augie G. We back with it. You feel me? I need to stop doing this rhyme stuff. It's not funny. I'm not a rapper. I don't do this stuff, as you can tell. You feel me? Obviously, the first thing I want to tell you guys and go over is just what my Apple devices are. What's in my ecosystem that is suitable for me, that I personally love, and obviously I'll start off with my iPhone. Now my iPhone, obviously, that goes without saying that this is the heart of the Apple of the Apple ecosystem. So the thing about this is that I do everything on here. It's all connected on here. Any text messages, any phone calls, they're on my phone. And just the add-ons that I have, such as my Apple Watch or iPad, MacBook, those are all going to be tied together with that. But starting with my iPhone 15 Pro Max, I mean, I love it. I've upgraded when I think I upgraded from the 12, because I went from the 10 to the 12 to now the 15. I hear rumors about the 17 not upgrading. I'm probably going to upgrade to the 18 because I hear good things about that. And that just kind of goes without telling, like with the whole ecosystem, you're kind of accepting the design flaws and just overall customer satisfaction and experience, if that makes sense. We all know Apple isn't perfect by any means. I'm not very happy with Apple most times. But the thing about it is that you get all this stuff like an Apple Watch and things of such, but you also kind of have to swallow the pill of like, damn, what if the next phone is trash? Do I buy that phone? Do I stick with this? Oh, but this phone is getting slower, so I have to upgrade. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of like, I'm just gonna share with you guys along the way and stuff like that. But aside from all that, one of my favorite things that I use all the time is my Apple Watch, and I love my Apple Watch so much. I mean, regardless if I had an Apple Watch, a Samsung Galaxy Watch, a Garmin watch, I'm still going to use them all the same way. Just the extra perks of having the Apple Watch is that it's tied to my phone directly and it's cellular. So any text messages, phone calls, things of such that I get, it's going straight to here, and I benefit off of that. But I mainly use this for obviously my gym, my activity ring, stuff like that. Things you can do with like the Samsung Galaxy or freaking Garmin or even a Fitbit you can do it. But I like it with the Apple Watch. I like the design of this Apple Watch. I don't see myself upgrading from this Apple Watch until they give me some brand new design. And I have the Ultra 2, love the Ultra 2, great, nice, rugged, and it fits me perfectly. Now the next thing in my ecosystem is my iPad mini, and I just recently got this. Well, you can kind of say recently. I love this thing so much. I think even if I didn't have an Apple device, I think this would still probably be in there because of how small it is. Now, obviously, this is me saying I am a user that is well aware of all the technology that is out there, that, you know, I can probably go somewhere else and get something that's this small and it can do equally the same. But since I'm open-minded to trying new things, I know that this iPad mini would be the best one for me because I just love the functionality of this. I love the portability of this. Am I happy that it's a 60 hertz? No. Should it be 120 hertz just to match all the other screens out there? Because you got nothing phone that's like $200, $300 that has a 120 hertz screen. Yet Apple is still coming out with things like the freaking, what is it? The 16E that has a 60 hertz screen. I don't get that at all. First off, I know you're trying to cut corners, but that's one corner you should not be cutting, if we're being honest. But if they do that with this, I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to upgrade, but I love my iPad mini, and that just goes without telling you guys. Like, this pairs perfectly with my phone because I get my text messages on here, I can FaceTime on here, I can do things as such. This big baby right here, my MacBook Pro, this is the M1 Max, 32 gigabytes of RAM, monster, love this thing. I bought it refurbished, still doing its thing, it's a truck. I have a Windows computer that I can say that I can edit off of, but I, to this day, think that MacBooks are superior when it comes to having a good portable powerhouse. I think MacBooks just do it the best, in my opinion. Even if I switch to a Samsung ecosystem or Android ecosystem, I still would rock a MacBook for the simple fact that these M chips are good. I have an M1 Max and it's still going good. I'm editing and rendering high 4K files, and I'm not having an issue while doing that. That's how good these MacBooks are, and I think this is something I will not ever get rid of. Like, I would have to upgrade whenever this gets slower and obviously applications start to become more optimized to the newer chips, to which I need to. But I think this is just amazing, in my personal opinion. This device is something that I can highly recommend to a lot of people who need editing on the go or just need a powerhouse. Shoot, even the MacBook Airs are sweet, to which you use it for school and stuff like that. But I think MacBooks in general are a great investment, whether you're using it for school or work or editing, whatever the case may be. These mugs are fire, but this thing is big as hell. Like I can, but I'm not going to do that because I spent a lot of money on this. Now, my other devices that I say isn't necessary, but this is just part of the ecosystem that I think just works better, but I might end up replacing down the road, to be truthfully honest with you, are my HomePod mini and then the bigger HomePod. So I got both of them. I started with the bigger HomePod, freaking great. It was great at the time, but then you start to see all these other speaker and home systems come out and you're just like, it's not really worth it. And let's be honest, Siri isn't all that great, if we're going to be completely honest. I just think that there are better ones out there, such as Amazon Alexa, that is really good, and Gemini is good as well. So like, you got all these other voice assistants that are just as good, but like I said, that goes with the whole ecosystem thing. You got to keep that into consideration of like, okay, don't make, these are mistakes that I'm making. So you guys are getting free game at this rate. You guys are learning from my mistakes. So you guys learn from my mistakes. I bought the HomePod mini and the regular HomePod. I don't like it. I mean, I like it. I mean, I think the HomePod mini is great. It adds a nice aesthetic to my desk and everything like that. But there are many products out there that are potentially better than that HomePod mini that I could just simply replace it with. Let's be completely honest. The thing about it is that since it all works perfectly together, and like I said, this is the powerhouse of the ecosystem, I can just simply tap to bring what I'm listening on my phone onto the HomePod mini. That is just a great feature. Does it get annoying sometimes because it has really strong signal and sometimes I accidentally do it? Yeah, but just the ease of doing that, in my opinion, is great, and it works perfectly for me. It ties everything together. I can hand off my phone call to the HomePod mini. I can do a bunch of different stuff from my iPhone to the HomePod mini. That just comes back to the question, is it really worth it? Tying into that is the Apple TV. Now, the Apple TV, I think I see myself moving away from the Apple TV in the future to going with something that is not as, it's very expensive for what you get. I mean, obviously it's nice. I mean, it's 4K, all that stuff like that, but there's a lot of streaming devices out there to which you can easily replace it with. That is also portable. Like, if you buy like a Chromecast, or you buy like a Roku or Fire Stick and you need to take it on the go, you simply just unplug it from the TV and then you can use it then. But you also have stuff like Amazon Alexa that's coming out that has a freaking like bar as the actual sound bar implemented in the actual Fire Stick. So you got a Fire Stick inside the bar and you just connect that all together, so you don't have two separate devices. Venturing out into stuff like that, aside from the Apple TV, is something that I do see myself doing in the future. And dog, I completely forgot about my AirPods. Now, with the AirPods, and if you guys have been seeing my videos, I bought the Nothing earbuds. My mom, she ended up liking them, so I ended up giving them to her. I do see myself buying some more earbuds whenever they come out with some more like the CMF ones. I do plan on buying, and maybe some other ones. I love that brand a lot, but let's get back on topic here. AirPods, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of companies are trying to beat AirPods in a way, if that makes sense. AirPods, when they first came out, and the AirPod Pro 2s, and specifically because I have it here, these are superior in both active noise cancellation, transparency, sound quality. I do think the bass could be better, but in terms of earbuds, everybody's paying attention to these and they want to beat these. Now, that's all up to Apple whether they fumble the bag or not with these AirPods Pro 3s. If they fumble the bag, hey, you lost me. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I put these mugs in my ears and they sound like some ass, I'm gonna be really mad. And if you guys do not come out with a black colorway, I'm going to be super pissed. I'm not going to use AirPods anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been having my eyes on a set of earbuds that I've been wanting to switch to for a while, but I'm holding off for a little bit just to see what they have to offer with these AirPods, because these are my daily drivers. These mugs were cool at the time, but now as tech is starting to progress and you start listening to different earbuds, sound quality is just out of this world. That's ultimately beating these. Let's be honest. You got Technics, you got Bose, although it's a little finicky with their earbud design. You got Bowers and Wilkins. You got seeing how I can keep on going. That have really good sound quality, and you even have budget earbuds that still sound good, that give you a more powerful bass than these AirPods Pro 2s. But for the simple fact that these work perfectly with all my devices, that's just how it is. Now, I do have my Bose headphones, and that was me like coming out of the whole Apple ecosystem. I had the Apple AirPods Maxes. I'm telling you, I had all Apple devices up and down. Those AirPods Maxes just were so uncomfortable. I did not like them, and I was like, you know what? There's more out there to offer than what Apple was offering me. So I tried the Bose QuietComfort Ultras out. I love them. Works perfectly because I'm on a Windows device as well, so I have that multi-point connection. Apple's stingy, so they want to make sure that you only get Apple to Apple. They don't do window to Apple. They don't do none of that multi-connectivity. They only do Apple to Apple, and that's what Bose allowed me to do, that multi-point connectivity seamlessly and perfectly, while giving me best in class noise cancellation. Let's start there. Great sound quality, gives me the bass I need. So pretty much everything that AirPods Max had to offer, but more. In a hard shell case instead of a freaking purse. That just goes without saying. Do not be afraid to venture out into different technology if it's going to benefit you in any way, shape, or form. Don't feel stuck in the ecosystem. You know what I mean? This is a heartfelt video I'm trying to give you guys. Heartfelt, like straight from the heart. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, hey, you don't need to stick in this little ecosystem that you got. But I think that's all the devices that I have that's Apple. I mean, I pretty much have damn near each category of an Apple device. Yeah, yeah. Seriously. After sharing all of the Apple, and I'm doing this because I think I have ADHD, dog. See, I just got off topic. That's how you know I have it. This goes without saying that you may have a full Apple ecosystem or full Android, Samsung ecosystem, and you are just afraid of venturing out into just different products. I truthfully tell you this, if you're either starting to get into an ecosystem or wanting to get out of an ecosystem, keep in mind what you like and how it'll help benefit your life in general. If staying in an ecosystem is better for you and you like that seamless connection and all that stuff, whatever it has to offer, perfectly fine. You stay there. That's perfectly fine. But if you're somebody who likes to venture off with just different products, different brands, you're open to trying new things and you're not afraid of spending the money, most importantly, then I highly recommend that you go do that. Because there are products out there that are not Apple that still give you the same quality, if not better, for a better price. Let me give you an example. The Nothing brand in general. I love the Nothing brand. I love what they're doing over there. The CEO freaking does reaction videos. Like, everything about them I enjoy because they not only do they master the aesthetics, they give the users a good user experience. If you haven't seen their earbud app, it's freaking amazing. I'll pin my video somewhere around here about the earbuds. They give you such a good experience as a user to which you're like, damn, I really spent my money well with this company. I want to buy more from them. And that's what I love about it. I see myself buying the Nothing phone just for shits and giggles, to be honest with you. I just like the fact that it's different from everything. And that goes with like the Samsung Galaxy 25 Ultra. I think it's nice. The screen, when I first held it in my hand and I started swiping, I was like, this mug is fire. But obviously there's going to be drawbacks to that, because if I get the Nothing phone per se, then I have this Apple Watch that I don't even know how I'm gonna get text messages and calls and stuff like that. I don't know how both of these are going to connect with each other at all. So that's just going to cause more issues with the whole ecosystem, and that's the issue here. And I think that's the issue with the tech world in general, is that we're so accustomed to thinking that Apple is the high-end end all be all. and it's not. Let's be honest. There's other brands out there that are offering great things, giving you a bang for your buck that is just as good, if we're being honest. Do I see myself getting in a full nothing ecosystem? No, not at all. But I do see myself purchasing a lot of their products, such as like a phone and a pair of earbuds, and those will mesh well together, because that always goes well. They're gonna share the same type of software. So that's going to be something that I can see myself doing in the future. Apple ecosystem 2025 is great, but obviously we see how they're approaching kind of like the products. It looks funky, it looks weird. They're not giving a lot of the users the experience that we want / need, such as simply like a 120 hertz screen on an iPad mini. You guys let me know what Apple ecosystem you guys are rocking with. Let me know about just different products out there that work well with like Apple products, or just in general that are a good set of like phone and earbuds per se. You guys let me know in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me your thoughts on this video, your thoughts on ecosystems, and yeah, I appreciate you all, and we out.